Improvised explosive devices, a common threat overseas. Luana Munoz continues our live team coverage with how what happened in Boston is hitting too close to home. Luana?
Stephanie, we don't know exactly where that bomb was located at the marathon, but experts say that they are most commonly placed inside of trash cans where they're out of plain sight. As people scramble after the first explosion at the Boston Marathon, a second blast could be heard. Based on the images, former journalist in Iraq Danny Gonzalez says the bombs were likely anti-personnel IEDs, or improvised explosive devices.
Typically explosives that are lined or covered with small bits of metal like screws, ball bearings, kitchen utensils, small bits of metal that when the IED explodes, it creates shrapnel that cuts people up and tears off limbs and harms personnel that are lightly armored.
While overseas, Gonzalez was placed in one of the safest buildings, and yet he could hear the IEDs loud and clear.
You could still feel the walls shaking and things creaking, and stuff on your shelves was bouncing up and down, and you could feel it in your heart, like thumping you.
Although it's not confirmed what the bombs were made of, Navy intelligence specialist Scott Rabb says most IEDs are made of calcium ammonium nitrate, better known as fertilizer, the same type responsible for the Oklahoma bombing.
You have to remember, IEDs are usually built by people without the necessary skills to make more advanced weapons. So it is entirely likely. Sometimes you'll see IEDs explode, and sometimes they don't explode. It really depends. Officials describe the Boston bombs as small, portable devices. We're reminded by today's actions that's what our troops deal with every single day. It's not pretty, and it's a horrible, despicable act.
An act that killed innocent lives and injured dozens more. Well, again, 3 people were killed in the Boston bombing. 144 were injured. 17 of those are in critical condition. Back to you.
It was described as a war zone indeed.
Yeah, there isn't anything I can think of that really is more scary than one of these IEDs. I mean, it seems like so many people know how to make them and are willing to make them, and they can be hidden anywhere. It's just impossible, really, to completely prevent that from happening.
They do